Y'all know I couldn't be me. I couldn't be Philly Fresh if I didn't speak on this subject. This is non-Eagles related, but it's relatable to me. Yo that, y'all. A G L E S.
Eagles! Eagles!
Say fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yo that, man. You know what it is. You know what it is. Your boy Philly Fresh, a.k.a. the General here reporting for duty, man. If you haven't done it, please make sure you hit that sub button right down there, man. Where's it at? Right there. Yeah. Make sure you hit that sub button, man. I appreciate it in advance. And, you know, also, man, it's a bell next to it and let you know when I put up all this flavor. And hit the like for your boy. Fresh fact of the day is racism isn't going anywhere. I don't care if this video doesn't get monetized. I don't care. But I'm a speak my piece on certain things. And in the NFL, how I feel, it's a good old boys club, and we know this. We do know this. This is why I don't get too upset about things, because I already know. Like I told y'all in a fresh fact before, you can't get mad at things that you already know the outcome is going to be. Right? So I'm saying this because you got Brian Flores, who is now becoming a Colin Kaepernick, well, can become a Colin Kaepernick of just putting a stamp on black coaches and saying, look at us. Just because they made the Rooney Rule, nothing really has changed. Do y'all know? Last year in the NFL, this year that just passed, it was 8 head coaches of color. You know how many it is now? Mike Tomlinson. That's it. You got all these guys getting fired. You got Brian Flores getting fired for doing too good of a job, basically. They wanted him to lose from these sort of reports that's coming out. And he's like, no, I ain't with that. And it's a shame because when you look across the league, look at Eric Bieniemy. How in the hell does Eric Bieniemy not have a job? I mean, you got dudes talking about making Josh McCown, who never coached a day in his life other than high school. Doug Peterson too, but Doug Peterson, he at least was an offensive coordinator under Andy Reid. Josh McCown has not coached a day in the NFL, and they're talking about interviewing him for a head coaching job. How you think Eric Bieniemy feels about that? How you think even our own Deuce Staley would feel about something like that? It's ridiculous, and to me, it's not always what they say. Oh, well, the best guy for the job and yada, yada. I can't tell. Eric Bieniemy has been to 2 Super Bowls, lost 1, and the offense, you can't really say just Patrick Mahomes because he was there. The offense it got to another level when Patrick Mahomes got there, but he still had the other guy. Man, I can't remember his name right now. I'm a little, can't remember his name, man. It's gonna come to me during the video. I know it is. But you had the other guy, and he was balling too. Now I know they got weapons, but it's schemes. And then Andy Reid had to get up and actually say, look, Eric Bieniemy calls plays, trying to get his guy out there to get some head coaching interviews or whatever the case may be. Now these interviews lead to nothing sometimes, or most of the time. And I'm glad that it's finally coming out. I don't know if it's going to change anything, because people want to come at Roger Goodell. It's not Roger Goodell's fault that these guys are not hiring. These guys are not hiring black coaches. It's not his fault. I mean, when you really look at it, Roger Goodell works for them. It's not the other way around. Even though he can shanks in them and he can do this and he can find them and he can do this, best believe he works for them because they got a voting process. They got everything, the good old boys club, they got everything put together, everything down to where as though everything got to go through them. Like, look at the Robert Kraft situation, right? Robert Kraft have all these, I ain't gonna say all these, but he has incidents that we don't even talk about. When the last time we heard about the Robert Kraft situation? But let that have been a black player. Oh yeah, they're gonna nail him to the freaking cross. Think about it. When the last time we talked about the Robert Kraft situation, or anybody has, it's like it just got buried. We gotta have eyes, man. We gotta see what's going on. We got to see what's going on because I don't want people to get too frustrated and act like this is something new. It's not, and it's not going to be anything old anytime soon. This is going to keep happening, and I don't want people to get too frustrated, man. But me, I'm definitely going to speak how I speak. I'm definitely going to say what I say, and if you agree with me, cool. If you don't, cool. This page is still going to be here. There's some other things that I did want to get into, man. But this right here, I had to really attack this and just to let y'all know how I feel, because I'm not gonna say I'm mad, but I am frustrated because of the fact of the matter is, it's not going to change unless, I mean, you do got dudes like Hugh Jackson that saying he can speak up, but now so what Brian Flores is doing, he's going to get blackballed. He's not never going to coach in the NFL again. Believe that. And I think he is in a space to where though he knows that. But now all the other black players, the ex-black players or black players now, all the other ex-black head coaches or whatever the case may be, now it's time to come together and support this man. Do not let this man sink in the quicksand and you can lend a helping hand and pull him up. Because that lawsuit ain't going to do nothing, ain't going to have nothing. It's not going to uphold in court unless you got other people coming to court. Because we all seen what happened to a Tiger Woods, right? We all seen what happened to O.J. Simpson. When one person stepped up, when one woman stepped up, they started coming out the woodworks. Pause. But you get what I'm saying. It's time for the black coaches to do the same damn thing. Because this is ridiculous, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Y'all already know, man. Stay Philly, stay fresh, y'all. Yo, that.
Stay Philly, stay fresh.